welcome back to Bikes with Ben. Today we will be doing our best to distract ourselves from the fact that it is 6 p.m., pitch black and freezing cold, and attempt to forget that we will never see warmth or daylight again. And to do that, we will be working with this new wheel that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace. It's a DT Swiss E532, but the important part here is the Freehub that we're going to be tearing into. Got it, good. So I'm going into this one pretty blind. If you saw my last video or a couple videos ago, I fixed up the Dior Freehub. This is a Shimano XT, no, it's an SLX Freehub. And the exact part number on this one, I'm not totally sure of yet. I'll probably be refilming this intro here, giving you the parts that you need to repair this. All right, Future Ben jumping in here real quick, just to show you exactly what we brought out of this thing. So the bearing seal cover, we've got the 6802 bearing. We've got the Frehub body itself with this little Teflon ring. We've got the spacer with the tapered end facing the drive side. We've got the 6803 bearing. Then the two ratcheting pieces for the mechanism there, for the Frehub mechanism. We've got a little retaining ring, another little retaining ring, and then finally the big bearing cover for all this stuff over here. So that's it. Mainly what you need to know: 6802, 6803 bearings that you need to order. Links in the description. The full guide for all of this as well. The Shimano documentation for the hub and for the Frehub body, everything I could find is in the description as well. All right, back to the video. Looked a little bit into the manual for this, but mainly what I want to do is tear it apart, figure out what bearings we need in the actual Frehub body, because Shimano doesn't tell you that kind of stuff. So the goal of this is to kind of dig in, show you guys what's inside, and then give you the part numbers you need to do it yourself. There'll be a video later on after this one showing you how to put it all back together. But for now, let's just dig into this thing and see what we come up with. We'll see how well this goes because I am going in blind. I may need to pause this and consult the good old Shimano manuals at some point. But until then, step one is to pull this cap off. On this one, it might actually thread. So let's see. I know Sid Fixes Bikes has a good video on this one that I probably should reference, and we may end up doing at some point, but it looks like for now we might be able to just thread these two ends off. On the Dior version of this right end cap just pops off. When I say right, I mean drive side. Yeah, that's not doing it. Looks like I need a spanner or something to throw in there. That's odd. I don't want to ruin this right off the bat. That is a thread there. This is not. I think this one just pops off. So let's do that. We're going to move this camera down so you can see. And we'll move this one over as well so you can kind of see all of that. Cool. So if we get a pair of needle nose. These guys might work, these right angles. So in this, there are two slots. Let's see if we can show you that off. There we go. Slot one there and slot two over here. And you got to get something in there. It's not flat the whole way across. It is a slot. So if we get this pair of modified Harbor Freight channel locks that I had for master link pulling, I might be able to pull this off. Nope. Un momento.
That's what the pliers are for. So just grab solidly on the side.
Okay. Sid Fixes Bikes has spoken. Pull it right off. I just had to get, probably channel locks are going to be my best tool here. Let me grab those. Where are my channel locks? Nope. Oh, these could work. Try not to deform it. Come on. There we go. Like butter. No issues whatsoever. All right, so what I was trying to show you off earlier, let's fix this mic so you can actually hear me. Come on. Okay. This, those notches right there. So this piece doesn't matter all that much. You're just pulling it off. There is a little seal fitting on the bottom there. But again, this part's not that important. Sid's video I'll link is really good. I'm really concerned about the sealed bearings that are inside the Freehub itself. Shimano doesn't publish that stuff, so that's what we're trying to do today. The rest of all this stuff I'll really cover in detail in the rebuild video for this. Let's get this stuff off the table. Okay, this should pull up and off, I think. Oh, you know what? There is a ring here. Okay. I think that's going to affect that. So yeah, let's get our pick. Oh, you know what? This is a little oh Jesus ring here. Okay. So what we got here is a little C-clamp around, oh, there goes our pick. There is a seal cover here, and then there is a C-clamp inside of there. So we're going to try to get that off. Come on. Oh, broke it. Nice. What the heck? Come on. It's got to come up, maybe. Huh? Let's get that piece off at least. There's one side of that C channel, or C clamp. Another side. Oh, yeah, hey, don't do what I just did. The C-clamp here fits inside of that plastic. So trying to peel that plastic up and off of there is not going to work. Let's get this camera, this light here showing this up. There we go. Yeah, so lesson learned. This is captive inside of that piece of plastic, just like so. And doesn't peel up. We'll need a new piece of plastic here to protect that. And didn't really need to scratch this aluminum here as much as we did. But here we are. Little piece of clear plastic there as a spacer, I assume. Or a Teflon of some sort. Pops right up. Cool. And this was sitting in there. Actually looks in great shape. Man, it's going to be a shame to tear that apart, isn't it? It's going to be a real shame. So, this is our Freehub body. If you watch the Dior video, it looks a lot different on the inside. The Dior video just has some, if I'm remembering right, it's got 3 little cogs that go around the edges here, and they're spring-loaded with a little C-clamp. And those cogs hit into the teeth inside of our hub here. In this case, on the SLX, that I'm not as familiar with, but I'm going to learn, I know you have this outer spacing ring that pops into these teeth. These teeth then ratchet around some other mechanism, and there's some teeth inside of here. So I am not the expert on this, obviously, but not the important part. We're going for bearing part numbers. Inside of here, you're going to have, similar to the SLX or to the Dior derailleur, you've got a bearing on this side, a sealed bearing. You got a spacer in the middle, and then you've got a bearing on this side. That's what we're looking to understand today, so we can order those up. These ones feel really good, actually. I'm not noticing any grit. I don't know if I have any of the old ones from the, yeah, here's one. So these are what we pulled out of, the Dior derailleur. This one's not bad. You really can't even hear it on this. These were the ones, take 2 of my Dior replacement, so they're actually pretty decent bearings. I just replaced them twice. All right, so you got 2 springs, inner and an outer. Beautiful. And we've got some more covers, pieces, seals, what have yous. This side is going to come off with a wrench, and on the Dior there is a hole that lets you grab onto this. This one has some flat ends, so you can grab a flat end here. Oh, fudge, no, no. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. I didn't want to damage that. I really need a set of spanners. I just wanted to round off there. It didn't want to go. So, why? Man, I'm just rounding off. Why can't I get that loose? I definitely want to replace those bearings. I can feel those. All right, I'm going to do some more digging. We'll be back with a little more knowledge. Turns out you should do a little bit of research before you dive into something like this. Who could have guessed? All right, I'm back. I'm another day older, another day wiser. It's another day darker and another day colder. But we're out here in the garage, and we've learned a little bit. Yesterday, we were trying to take this off right here by holding this side and unthreading this side. I did see online, I think you can use 2 spanners and catch right underneath here and up here to thread off this side, and then the full thing pulls through. There are some little like kind of BMX style older hub bearings inside there. If you don't know what that looks like, you'll see in a bit, because I'm going to tear into that as soon as I get the spanner wrenches. Tonight, what we're going to mess with is this guy here. This is the Frehub body. I've learned a little bit about this. This is the Shimano, the full hub is the FH-M7110-B. That's the SLX version of it. The XT and the XTR are going to be the 8110s and 811 or 9110s, somewhere in that range. This is their Scylence hub, SCY lens. And what it does, and we're going to get more into this, but basically when you're turning, when you're pedaling, we're going this way, it's going to catch and go well. As soon as you are coasting, this kind of pops out one of these ways, there we go, and lets you turn it completely silently. So we're going to dig into this, see what that actually looks like. There is a, yeah, right there. I don't know if you can see it. You'll catch it on the video later. Do not disassemble. So of course we're going to have to disassemble that, see what we got, put it back together. And then once we get the spanners, we'll fix this up and do a full reassembly in the next video. So without further ado, let's get into the warm weather. We're going to move our shop up into the attic, out of the garage, and work on this small little part here in a more, what's the word? Less crappy environment. Yep. Stay tuned. All right, we're back. We're in the warm attic. We got a beer. All right, we are going to fix this thing up. This is the Shimano FH-M7110. This is our Scylence Freehub. And just so we can recap as to where we are, and where we've been, what we're doing, let me show you this. So we've got what we've been working on here. This is the full wheel from right drive side to non-drive side, brake side. We pulled that cap off last night. We broke this little cover around the C-clamp ring there. That cover is still on. This cover is still on. That housing is what we've got in our hands. Number 11 is still there as well. That's in this body. So we're going to look at that. Spring we've removed, both springs. Over on this side of things, we have not done anything more. We tried loosening that last night by holding there and unscrewing that nut. What I think we need to do is put 2 spanners. See if we can get that to focus. Yeah, I think we can put a spanner there and unscrew it from that. And then what happens is that slides out to the right. And we've got these little bearings that I was talking about earlier that we can take out, clean up, re-grease. That will build the actual hub back up, and then we can re-grease the parts we need to for this. We'll go over in the next video. But what I want to do now is take this apart. Beautiful. This here, as I said earlier, is the Freehub, and what it does is there is a mechanism in here that when you pedal forward, it locks in. Obviously, that's how you pedal. Then as you coast, so we're going to simulate that by twisting this backwards. As you coast, this piece gets pushed back, and then it can coast freely. If I let go, it wants to catch again. If it's pushed like this, it'll go free. And that's what the springs do that are inside of there. When you are coasting, it allows this to pull back and rotate silently. So we're going to take this cap off here, this seal cap. We're going to take off this little toothy guy here. Beautiful. And you'll see I made some nice scratchies along the base of that when I was trying to get the C-clamp removed yesterday, but not C-clamp, what's the word? I don't know. Little band of, must be some sort of Teflon or something to keep this sliding. I'm not sure what comes in contact with that. This is what the clamp rides on, I think, maybe. We'll find out. Now, we've got a very important message here that I'm hoping I can get you to see. Number one is don't lubricate the inside. Let me focus. Number two is the more fun message here. And Shimano loves to do this. Don't disassemble. So, of course, you know what we're doing. The reason they don't want you to disassemble, I assume, I don't know. I don't think there's that many parts in here. These are pretty delicate items. As far as I understand, I've actually not ridden with these. But from everything I've been reading, there's a bunch of little cogs and teeth in here, and I'll put a graphic up right now showing that off. But you can see the different parts that are inside of here, how these two that we're about to see mesh together inside this kind of flat piece here. From what I can gather, if you get anything inside here, it can cause the creaking, the noises, the issues that people see with these. So we're hoping to not have that happen. And to do that, we're going to take it apart so that you can fix it yourself if that does happen. Well, it's a neat mechanism. I want to know how it works, honestly. I want to see. Look at that. I want to know more about this thing. So if I... Interesting. It's like fully tight there. If I go backwards, it loosens. It's a part, there's some gap there you can see. And it tightens right up. Okay, so step one is take it apart. I think there's some sealed bearings in here that I want to identify, because Shimano doesn't identify any of that for us because they don't want you to take it apart. And of course, that's not going to fly, so we're going to find those out so we can buy them. So what we're doing here, I got another little camera here, maybe it gets a little closer. I'm going to take, I don't think this is the exact right tool for the job. What if we used, give me 1 second. Got some plasticky parts here for screen repairs and whatnot, but it should work to not mar this. And, ooh, did I just bend that already? Good job, Ben. All right, don't disassemble. Let's bend that back into place. That's just some retaining ring, it looks like. That's the word, retaining ring. Retaining ring, okay. So next step, you can see there or here, you see that little kind of oval thing with wings on it. Looks like a magnetite or whatever they got, Pokemon. All right. Nope. How can we get that out of there? I probably just need to squeeze from both directions. All right. Come on. Maybe plasticky parts were not the best option. It's slotted. There we go. So this piece here, let's say, right here. It's gonna focus, come on. Yep. Right there. So that's slotted into this black piece here. And we just need to push down on that a little bit to get it out of the slot, and then we can pull up on it. And by push down, I mean push towards center. Suit. Beautiful. It just popped right out. What comes out next? That whole piece comes right off. There's actually two pieces here, I think. All right, so that's the body itself. These two pieces here is what I was talking about with the pawls that are going to connect in. This is where they don't want you to grease inside here. I wanted to know what kind of grease, if any, was in here. When they tell you to re-grease this, they tell you obviously not to take this part, but they have you re-grease the outside here, and you can see it's got grease on it now. But they don't want you to get anything inside. So I think these should be cleaned up. And then what happens is as you ride, that's all your engagement there. So you get full engagement basically. They kind of mesh together as one whole piece. And then this slides onto your hub body there, like so. Now, on to the fun stuff. So, that bearing, 6803 2RS. SK. 6803 2RS. I think I have some of those. That's what was in the, I think the 6803s were in the Dior body. So we need to punch that out. And then there's also a bearing seal on this side I'm going to pick out real quick and see if there's a bearing there as well. I think there is. Oh, this just rattles right loose. Not a problem at all. 6802 SK. 6802, and there's a spacer inside of that. So, oh yeah, that bearing needs, see if you can hear it. They're not too bad, really. But we're going to replace them no matter what. So now we got to bash those bearings out of there. And I did not bring my hammer with me up from the garage. Damn it. Well, follow me. We're going to the garage. All right. It's cold. We got to do this quick. What do we got? Okay, we need something like that. And an actual hammer. Oh, this little guy will work. It's probably a little overkill, but we're gonna close that because I get cold. Okay, so you can get some spacing on the other side of this. So as you're coming in, you can catch that back side, and that's what we're going to do, knock these out. Once you knock these out, they're not going to be good bearings anymore. They'll probably still work if you wanted to reuse them, but there's no reason to take them apart if you're not getting new ones. So only do this if you're going to replace them. So it's coming loose. I didn't film any of you guys. I didn't show you how I'm doing it. All right, so just holding this here basically like I showed earlier. I'm just gonna smack that out. I got it pretty flush now. Beautiful. Here's our spacer. So tapered end is facing the drive side. And there is a, that's it. That's all there is. I thought there was more. Oh yeah, inside. So the tapered end too, if you can see this. Come on, focus. Focus, there we go. Tapered end has a little lip inside of it as well. So you see that lip looking down it. So tapered end towards drive side. We've got the inside bearing out. We're going towards outside bearing now. We really need a table that's a little more sturdy. Got it. Sorry for the noise. Okay, come back to me. Love it. Okay, so that is just a beauty. Oh, what's that? Hold on. Hold on. What is this? Oh, it's the surface of the bearing. It's like a Teflon-y surface of some sort where the bearing sat. I don't know if that's intentional or what, but we took out, okay, there's a little catch point in there. That might be from us hitting it, but these two bearings, we've got a, as I said earlier, 6803 and a 6802. I will put links in the description of the bearings that I bought for this. So we'll get those bearings ordered up. We will get this thing put back together. And that's going to be the end of this video. In the next video, I'm going to finish showing the teardown of this mammer right here. I don't have the spanners to take that apart at the moment. So we're going to save that till the next one. It's just a short little guy showing this off and the bearings you need. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, links will be in the description for the parts you need, as well as the Shimano documentation that I found. Shimano documentation can be hard to find sometimes. They have a documentation website you kind of search for, and even in there, the FH-7110 manual does not show anything. It shows an exploded view, but it doesn't show anything about where to grease, how to grease. That's all in another hub dealer's manual that I was able to find through another video. So I will link all of that stuff. I try to make pretty decent documentation for everything that I work on bike-wise, because I know Shimano stuff is just all over the place for some reason. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get out of the cold now, head back up to my warm abode, and grab some dinner. Have a good week.